What is going on, guys? And welcome back to a new video. And I have a second timer, a very special guest on today's channel, Mr. Phil Archer. And Phil, how much weight have you lost?
90 pounds.
90 pounds.
90 pounds.
Holy crap, man. You jumped on this Zoom with me and I like seen your face. I was like, whoa. I was like kind of blown away. Like you got hit by handsome.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
But anyways, man, dude, like 90 pounds. So like not long ago, we did like a 50-pound transformation, and I told you I was like, that we're gonna have another one when you hit that 100-pound mark. Didn't quite make it there, but 90 pounds, whatever. Like that's a wicked transformation. No, like nobody out there is doing that, and like we have multiple guys doing like 100-pound transformations. But I want to kind of give it up to you, like in the sense of like how has the last like 4, 5, 6 months been for you within the program?
Well, first of all, it's been really good. It's kind of been rewarding for me because obviously when you start and as you preach, you start kind of balancing your metabolism here. So we worked so hard to build the muscle and build the structure that we needed, and then now the fun part happens, and this is from 50 to 90 pounds. We've seen the fun of cutting down and actually kind of seeing the results that we've set in place. So it's been extremely rewarding, and to be honest with you, I thought it was going to be a lot harder than what it was. Like it was a lot easier. I mean, we've put in so much work, beforehand, and then now we get to see the results. So it's honestly been so much fun. I've had more fun these past few months, getting from 50 pounds down to 90 pounds down, just because you finally get to see, what's under the shell. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it. And I'm really happy with the progress.
Yeah, dude, and it just comes in the form of delayed gratification, man. Like, you saw it through. Even like when we got down like 50 pounds when eating more food, which is like absolutely wicked, and nobody on the internet's ever
Right.
heard of that before. Which we got you down 50 pounds eating more food, and then I said, "All right, man, buckle up." Yeah, buckle up. And so like I guess you mentioned it wasn't too hard. I guess most people what they struggle with even like getting lean in general is like one time, right? You're a busy guy, so how did you kind of structure your days with I guess like doing all the plans with the program, eating your food, doing your cardio, and kind of how did you structure that specifically?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it took a little bit of time, and again, we talked about this in previous
Mm.
interview. Like there's a lot of discipline that has to take place, especially in the cutting phase when you're doing, 30 to an hour of cardio every day. So, I mean, it took some time to figure it out and schedule it just to, hit your cardio in the morning or whenever you can, and then hit your workout. I just structured it based on what I knew that I had in the day. Everybody has, work schedule and everybody's busy, and you know what you're going to get in through the day. So just try your best to schedule. If you have to break things up, like do cardio first in the morning, fasted, and then do your workout, do it. Like whatever you can do to get it all in. You have to kind of do that. But I've been very blessed. My fiance moved in with me about 3 or 4 months ago. So I've basically had like a homemade chef at home. So I've taught her the scale. I've taught her kind of, she knows exactly like what I need and want. And I'm very blessed to have somebody to do that for me. And so she's really helped out with like meal plans and, food prep and all that. And really that's why I said it was easy for me, because it's just sit back, let her do most of the cooking, and I
Yeah.
just get my workout and cardio in for the day. So, but yeah, it was pretty self-explanatory for me.
Yeah, dude, and like congratulations by the way. Phil just got he's about to get married here very very soon, which is like it comes full circle, Phil, because like when we got on our initial call together when you were 285, 290 pounds, and you're like, I want to get in shape for my wedding. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
walk up on there and be like out of shape. I want to be the best I've ever looked. And like, dude, we're here. Like we
Right.
we successfully did that. So I guess like how is it like having like a very supportive significant other in your life in the form of like having a significant other with your fitness journey? Because a lot of guys even that I've came across within like getting on calls with people, like one they have to ask permission for their from their wife,
Yeah. Yeah.
which and I understand that from some sense, but like you took initiative, right? So I guess like how is it having like just that overall support from her?
Well, it's huge. I mean, like I said, I've been very blessed to have a very healthy and happy relationship, and she is a very special person. So, she's willing to do that, and I get that, in some relationships, because it's busy to put food on the scale every single day and every single meal, etc. But it is part of what we're doing here, and that's to try to be more fit and healthy men, and it might take some work, but no, it is 100% made my relationship more structured, more sound. We've been happier, we've been healthier. She's gotten into it as well. And of course she can't quite do what I'm doing, just because she's already got her wedding dress altered. But beyond all that, she does a really good job, and she loves to work out with me, and still trying to convince her on the cardio train, but she does it with me even though she hates it. But no, it's been, I mean, if you're a person looking for, a health and fitness plan, and it's the thing that I preach to all my friends about the plan, and what you preach as well, is there's so many side effects to just being healthier. Like, not only, are you going to be physically, you're gonna look better, your appearance is going to be more physically appealing, but at the same time it changes your mentality, it changes your finances, and then beyond that, it fixes, I mean, I never had a broken relationship, but if you do, I mean, this health and fitness is a very good key to success. It's a gateway drug to obviously correcting some of those things. So I definitely am. I'm still amazed at all the things that it has done for me outside of the fitness realm. I mean, like I said, it's made everything better for me. So,
Yeah, and I like what you said about like the finances as well, because a lot of people don't think about like investing into a actual coach, or investing into more of your fitness and health as like a return, like getting a
right.
return from it. So kind of explain a little bit more what you mean about that.
Well, I mean, it again, when you start doing this, you start to have more energy. You start to be likable more. And I work in sales, and I'm in a very high competitive sales market in the healthcare field. And it like I just said, it's very highly competitive. There's multiple different companies, and having a glow, being a strong physical man, walking into the OR room or whatever it may be, like that just does wonders for me. So I've had success with that, and I've actually been headhunted to come to a different company because of that, and I got a phenomenal job opportunity. And it's just stuff like that. You work harder, you're more successful. Then next thing you know, you got bonuses coming in, and then you got, I can't explain it, but it just seems to happen. You seem to be financially more sound, and it's all because you feel better. I mean, honestly, you're eating the right foods, you're dieting, you're going to the gym, you're doing everything you can to make yourself the best version of you. And you're creating the best version of you. And when you do that, sky's the limit for success.
hmm And I'm guessing like even within that, like you start to get more finances, you start to look bigger, people start to like reach out to you, and then like honestly, the compounding confidence, it's like over and over, it's like
Oh yeah.
reassuring.
Yeah.
So I guess like how is your confidence skyrocketed within like the entire transformation you made of 90 pounds?
Oh, I mean, I can't even describe it. I mean, I'm sure that you've posted pictures of me, my transformation, and countless others. And, a lot of people probably were in the same boat that I was in, where we didn't have much confidence. I mean, the way we looked and the way that we acted, and just everything we did, there was not a glow to us. When I walked in the operating room and I looked, overweight and unhappy and lethargic and lazy, that's not going to convince anybody to buy what I'm trying to sell. And that's why I go back to the finances, because that's what it does for you. And and it's not just, in the finance realm, it's just everything, your family, going in, seeing my family. I live out of town here, and just seeing them, I just have a glow, and they noticed it. They're like, wow, you're just so much more like fun to be around and active. And, I've gotten my parents into like golfing, and they love to golf, and it's just stuff like that they never would have probably done, because I never would have done it, given that I never had the energy to do something like that. So it has not only affected my life, but it's affected everybody around me. So it's just it's indescribable.
Mhm. And like you're right, the positive impact you make on people when you start to like treat yourself right, because people are like see you start to have enormous success, and they're like, what is he doing? Like I want to
Right.
follow what he's doing, which like kind of leads you into like you're almost like a leader, like right, like and that's
Right.
kind of you run your own sales team as well, and like, that's kind of your position, right? So how's it affected you just being like an overall leader?
Oh, I mean, better. Before I got this job opportunity, I was just a sales representative and kind of the low man on the totem pole in the orthopedic field. And now that I'm in more of a leadership position, it's been very evident that, people look up to me, they respect me, they want to come to me with issues because they know that I can get it done. And that's not a reflection of the man I used to be, is what I'm trying to say is, that was not the man that I was, and that's definitely changed since I started this plan. So it's definitely made me a better leader, and it's made me a better person, worker
Mhm.
as well.
Well, let me ask you this, Phil. Where do you think you'd be right now if you wanted to invest it into my program?
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I mean, I was going on a bad path, a downhill path. I was and again, I'll tell this story to a lot of people because I was so embarrassed. I mean, Adam, you're one of my really close friends. We talk every day, and obviously this program has made us even closer. But I was embarrassed the very first time that I reached out to you, sent you pictures, just because of what I looked. And I remember specifically, and I don't even know if I've told you this story, but I remember telling you, I was like, I told you what I weighed, and I said 280, but that was not what I weighed. I was closer to like 300 pounds. And I said it because I was so embarrassed of what I was. And I wasn't even, again, I was going down that path of just continually getting worse. And like I said, it not only changed my life, but it honestly probably saved my life.
Mm,
I was eating very, very unhealthy. Who knows what have happened with me? I mean, I remember, and this might be a little bit too much information here, but I remember like having these very strange feelings, like when I was weighing that much, where basically, if I had to put it into words, they were like early onset diabetes symptoms. And I was like, whoa, what the hell is going on? Like, this is not, I should not be feeling, this stuff. So, anyways, there's who knows where my life would have gone if I wouldn't have followed this. And it is not only been beneficial for me healthy wise, but in every single regard. So,
mhm.
yeah.
Absolutely, man, and you're right. I feel like a lot of people that come to me even um, have a little bit of trouble just kind of, I guess, putting the ego aside a little bit and asking for help,
Right.
right? So I guess what would you tell those guys who kind of watching this right now, who are kind of on the fence and just say, "Oh, I'll figure out eventually."
It's very hard to put your ego aside, and trust me, I understand. We both were college athletes, and we both were in a situation where we're like, the coaches and other players were like, hey, you are the guy and you're the man, and but at the end of the day, like, it is the hardest thing to set your ego aside. But once you do, then I think that's really whenever you find yourself as a man or woman, um, to really find yourself, because we're not on this earth to just please ourselves and be ourselves. We also have a lot of people around us that we greatly affect and can mentor. And it is definitely the hardest part to put aside and put aside yourself. But once you do, that's whenever you really can make a whole lot of change. That's whenever you really can change the person that you are. And I would say 99.9% of people on this earth, they might be very egotistical people, but deep down inside they know they have an issue or a problem or something. And it's really whenever you decide in life, hey, I need to fix that problem, that's whenever you're setting your ego aside and you're really making real progress in your life.
Hmm. And I will say, Phil, just from like our initial because like we've been doing this for a good amount of time now. From even like the initial consultation, the 50-pound transformation, and now the 90, maybe I don't know, maybe even 100 somewhere in there. Like you weren't really telling me the
Oh, I'm
truth.
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna do it one day. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get down there.
um, But you know, each time we do this, like I see a different version of you, right?
Right.
Like right now when I got on the call with you, like I did, like your face looks slim, like you look handsome, but like you're also talking better, like you're speaking more elegantly, like you're speaking more
Right.
fluent, and you're speaking more confidently, and like that's what I like that's what I'm most proud of is like just the person that you've became over this transformation because it's not about the plan. It's not, and like the plan's great. The knowledge I have on everything is fantastic. But at the end of the day, it's who you become, right? It's who you become doing all of this, and that's what brings everything in a full circle. Is like yes, fitness and health. You know, the plans are great, but what it does is it transitions you into a new person. So
Sure
like I
does.
guess
Yep.
how do you feel about the I guess new identity that you found recently?
I mean, good. Obviously, I mean, we talked about it. I mean, it's. I'm a whole different person. I mean,
Mhm.
it's. I remember I saw my father-in-law probably about um, I don't know. This was a while ago, and he hasn't even seen me since. You know, I've lost all this weight, but he was like, "Man, Phil, you're half a Phil." That's what he said to me. Because like he wasn't. I mean, it's just the
Yeah,
truth. He wasn't used to seeing me
yeah.
in a healthier state, and but anyways, yeah, it definitely has
Mm.
just changed like everything. It's I feel like a completely different person. I get looked at like a completely different person because it's even just rewarding because my
Mm.
camera roll doesn't have pictures of me overweight anymore because I've been, you know, so slim for so long now that I actually am like proud to take pictures. And I don't know, did I send you the picture of me in my suit for the wedding?
Not yet, no.
I got to send that to you. It's gnarly looking because it's exactly what like I picture perfect like was trying to build for this wedding, and I you know
Beautiful.
accomplished that. So, you know, obviously we still got
Mm.
80 days or a little bit under 80 days out, but yeah, no, it's changed me for sure.
Dude, absolutely, dude. And like a lot of things that I hear from people and like other clients who have gone through my program, lost 60, 70, 80 pounds, is that like the identity shift to like the new person that you become, right? Before you had all these habits that weren't really beneficial to your health, weren't really beneficial to you want to be, but the overall identity shift and you know what people describe it as is like becoming a new person, right? Now you have certain things that you have non-negotiables that there's no issue you doing per day. You know, you hit your macronutrients perfectly fine. I never have to worry about you not hitting your macros. And like the identity shift to like this is the new me. This is the new standard, right? This is what I have to do every single day now, right?
Right.
And like a lot of people when they get into this, they are thinking like, oh, this is going to be unsustainable, like doing all of this. Like, so I guess you know, from a sustainability perspective, right now, do you feel like where you're at is pretty sustainable?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it, it's it's very easy to explain. I mean, it this program is yes, it's a weight loss program. You're gonna feel great. You're gonna look great. You're gonna accomplish everything you want to accomplish. But one thing that I think that you could even market more, man, is like this that it teaches you how to live. You know, it teaches you how to live and not only live but live healthy. And I mean everything to tracking your food, to finding a good balance in the gym, to knowing you know when to start, you know, kind of priming, when to cut, when to whatever. Like it teaches you how to live. It is the most sustainable program that I have ever seen. I mean, it is, and that was one of my major issues when I came to you. If you remember, is like, hey, I diet, I lose some weight, and then I go right back into the same things that I was doing. It was the sustainability that I struggled with, and I full heartedly like I said, this is why I say that you know it's changed my life is because I know I have the knowledge now of what I need to do to live healthy for the rest of my life.
Mhm.
And I've you know developed, you know, you provided a great cookbook, and I've used it several times, but at the same time I have come up with a lot of really good recipes, and like you get to the freedom of you know exploring,
Mm.
and you don't have to like eat chicken and rice. Like there's once you figure out what you're doing, and you know you really learn how to count and how to count macros and your calories, and you know what your intake is for the day, then you have so much like freedom and flexibility because you know what foods you can and can't have, and then that's when the fun begins. And I used to never cook. I never even saw a kitchen, and like I said, now I'm blessed because I have a chef,
Mm.
but no, there was many months I was by myself, and I have become a pretty good cook just because I enjoyed to do it. Like it was enjoyable for me to do and
Mm.
experiment with different types of stuff. But yeah, it's been absolutely huge. I've learned how to live the right way, and it's the healthy way, and I'm going to live longer because of it.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. And like, you're totally right. A lot of people think it's like, oh, like it's gonna be super hard. This is gonna be like I have to eat chicken and rice, like, and because a lot of the guys who come to me are exactly like you. They lose 20 pounds, gain it right back, and it's been like kind of a
Right,
never-ending cycle. And in a lot of the cases, one, it's either like lack of education or lack of how, or it's like one, they go full-fledged as hard as they can, crash the calories, crash the
right,
food and do a bunch of cardio, and it's unsustainable. So you have to like learn a sense of delayed gratification, because at the end of the day, I tell all my clients this. It's not about how much like effort you put into it. It's about putting effort into the right places, right?
right. Yeah,
For you, it wasn't. We didn't like necessarily overcomplicate things. We're like, this is the areas we need to put more pressure on, and like it just kind of like fell right off. And like even within the last like couple months, I mean, you've had like you went to like Mardi Gras, you went like on vacation, like you're doing
right.
all these things, and you're still down 90 pounds. Like most people think that they just can't do that, but it's just a lack of education. So, I guess what would you tell those people who think that you can't like go on vacation, like can't eat like what you want, or like maybe kind of like think that it's like they're intimidated by it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think it goes back. First of all, you can do all those things. I've done them, like you said. I mean, I think it goes back to the ego thing.
Mm,
I and I was a Division I college athlete. Like I thought I knew what I was doing. Well, let me tell you, you don't. I mean, it's that you learn. This program has taught me the truth, and the truth of how to properly diet and do all
mm,
those things. So, I mean, it is. And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I mean, I've done things that are have been off plan. I've had mom's cookies. I've had things that probably Bunnell would not be approved of. But at the same time, I've worked hard in the gym, and I've done everything I possibly can do to continue to promise the weight loss that I've had. But no, vacationing is obviously encouraged. Like you got to give your body
mm,
relaxation and rest, and especially several times, a couple times a year. And it is very easy to fall into the trap of oh, I can't do this because it's not on plan. Well, what you'll learn in this program is you'll learn how to properly eat out. You'll learn how to properly kind of, I wouldn't say guesstimate, but you kind of know what is on your plate when you go out to food, to eat food. Let's say you're used to eating rice and you're used to you'll know the exact gram that is on your plate almost to a T, and you don't even have to weigh it. So it's just
mm,
stuff like that. You'll learn exactly how to track your calories and macros without using the food scale, and you'll know what you should be getting instead of maybe what
mm,
you want. There's always ways around it. And then, that's what makes it so much more rewarding whenever you finally get to get the things that you want, your cheat meals or whatever you want to call them.
mm,
It's so much more rewarding, and it's hilarious to me because it's like these foods that I used to absolutely love and, what I would call cheat meals, I don't even really like them anymore. Like it's like I
yeah.
prefer to eat healthy and prefer to eat the foods that
Mm,
I cook but I might not be similar to a lot of people on that, but for me it's just it's definitely turned me off away from some
yeah.
food groups for sure.
Yeah, and like the sustainability too, like comes from like your understanding, right? Like
Right.
you understand what you need to do, what you can't do, and like you understand being a little bit more flexible, but staying within certain parameters. And that's what we try to teach you guys. The biggest thing I try to teach you guys is how to track macros, because if like most trainers, like in-person trainers, just give people like, hey, eat chicken, eat rice, this many
Right.
grams, this many grams, but that doesn't teach you anything. What I
No.
provide is like actual education, because the sustainability long term comes from
Right.
education, understanding what you need, understanding going on vacation and coming back not like up 10 pounds, understanding like you can eat what you want, staying with certain parameters, or like go have mom's cookies and like you'll be fine. Like you understand
Right.
how to all
Right.
do those things, and that's what makes the impact long term. That's what makes the
Right.
transformation stick, Right. So I'm super happy for you, man. Like I said, you're a different person completely in the last year than I've like you've outshot my expectations for you by 30. So I'm like not only super happy for you, but also super fucking damn proud of you, dude. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah,
I couldn't
appreciate
be more
that.
proud of every bit of work that you've put in. You've been one of the most consistent guys, and you've taken on this lifestyle and you've just kind of accepted it, and it's just absolutely fantastic to see, because yeah, you're in it for a lot of good things. So
Right.
anyways, I know you got to go get out there and make some money today. So before I let you go, what would you tell any of those guys who still lurk in the shadows watching this video, who maybe are kind of scared about maybe taking the leap forward, or maybe even gotten on a call with me before and said no, I'll wait? What would you tell those guys?
I would say you need to let your ego go away, because I'm telling you, this is the best decision that I've ever made in my entire life. If there's any testament at all, listen to this podcast. I mean, I'm living proof that this works. It's successful and it changes your life. I mean, it really is. And
Mm.
I think a lot of people look into it and they're like, I don't know if it's the right time, or I don't know if, it's the right time for me and my family, or whatever it may be. But you got to look at it as an investment. And this is one of the best investments I've ever made. I mean, it will change your life, and you've got to get past yourself. And once you do that, you're going to be the best version of you.
Couldn't have said it more beautifully, man. So anyways, dude, I appreciate you once again. Congratulations on another disgusting. That's 90 pounds. Like nobody on the internet's out there doing that. So, anyways, I appreciate you all as always, man. Keep absolutely killing it, and I'm ready to raise some glasses with you at your wedding. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.